Key point 1. Experience is the best teacher. Life is a constant experiment where we all use different methods to accomplish our ideas. In our various endeavors, we go through ups and downs. But here's the thing. There are universal rules that apply to almost every individual case. Whatever we dream of, whether that's career success, building a team, or creating a masterpiece, sticking to specific thinking and behavior patterns will benefit us. These patterns activate productivity, efficiency, and creativity in people. And the best insights have been curated right here for you. Learn to accept mistakes and doubts as guides that outline your path to what you want. All the stories in this summary are based on the experiences of people who have hacked productivity, like entrepreneurs, psychologists, and artists. They have excelled in their fields and are ready to share their findings and secrets. Studying these tips is just as important as incorporating them into your mental toolkit of knowledge and putting them into practice. These stories will cover a range of topics, such as 1. Cultivating responsibility to uncover opportunities, not problems. 2. Crafting optimal goals for success. 3. Building an unbeatable team spirit. 4. Retaining mental sharpness with a simple yet effective trick. And 5. Generating innovative ideas using a step-by-step guide. Sounds intriguing, right? But remember that these rules depend on personal experiences. They acquire exceptional value through individual interpretation. We hone our success patterns when we make choices, take risks, improvise, and deal with the consequences of our actions. Thus, remember that you owe your achievements primarily to yourself. Perseverance, systemacity, and consistency. Additional life hacks only add a pinch of magic to your story. So, let your enthusiasm and inspiration flow. Key point 2. Train motivation like a muscle. In the current era of freelancing, the most successful people are the ones who can motivate themselves. Those who manage their time and energy effectively not only earn more, but also experience greater life satisfaction. The secret to their success? They believe in their ability to control the situation. They make decisions and prioritize tasks with the confidence that it all affects the bottom line. This sense of control drives them to work harder and navigate challenges more swiftly. Conversely, nothing makes workers more passive and indifferent than the realization that nothing depends on them. One of the simplest and most effective ways to gain a sense of control and motivation is to start making decisions, even small ones. These choices can make you feel like a valuable contributor to your life events. For instance, deciding how to start your workday can ignite your motivation to take action. Motivation arises when people sense autonomy in their decision-making. Over 50 years ago, psychologists delved into the concept of locus of control. Research has shown that people with an external locus of control attribute their outcomes and success to outside factors, such as chance or circumstance. On the other hand, those with an internal locus of control are more accountable and seek out the causes of their achievements or shortcomings in their behavior. For example, students may attribute their exemplary academic performance to their hard work rather than talent. In addition, when they receive poor grades, they believe it's due to insufficient preparation. However, students with an internal locus of control never think that the teacher is biased or that other students have more manageable tasks. Generally, people with an internal locus of control build stronger families and have a better quality of life with less stress. The good news is that anyone can develop this sense of empowerment and motivation. To achieve this, simply undertake a manageable task and handle it alone. Even minor achievements can provide internal gratification and inspiration, fostering increased initiative and responsibility. Sometimes a misstep is the most important footfall along the path to success. Charles Duhigg. Key point 3. The correct goal formulation is half the battle. Big ambitions can be both inspiring and demoralizing. And in fact, there is a rather delicate line between the two. For example, a very ambitious goal can spark many actions and lead to outstanding accomplishments. On the other hand, an overly challenging task can drive a person into panic or apathy. If a goal appears beyond their strength and capabilities, most people believe it's not worth the effort and surrender without a fight. Concrete, well-defined goals are much better than abstract ones, as they are easily understood and attainable. People often remain stuck in the realm of unattainable fantasies when their grand dreams lack a tangible plan. However, breaking these dreams into a list of short-term, achievable tasks can transform the vision into a realistic plan of action. Coming up with a timeline and a way to measure success forces a discipline into the process that good intentions can't match. Charles Duhigg. To turn the impossible into the possible, follow these steps. Imagine a big idea and boldly dream about it without limitations. Describe in as much detail as possible what must be done to implement it. List actionable tasks that can be accomplished within an hour, day, or week. The list should be as detailed as possible. When the goal turns out to be unrealistic, minor adjustments would provide a sense of satisfaction. Through this tactic, people can discover their untapped potential and accomplish what they thought was impossible. Breaking down goals turns vague aspirations into tangible, concrete steps. Big goals and detailed plans work wonderfully together, although both approaches are only possible with the other. On the one hand, realizing dreams is only possible with a clear action plan. On the other hand, simply doing things on the list to check them off without a goal doesn't make sense. Bold dreams lead to the most significant discoveries in the world, but only when people approach them systematically. Key point 4. A good team values the members' individualities. A sense of emotional security binds a good team. It allows each person to express ideas without fear of being vulnerable to peers. Confidence that all participants will consider each opinion with equal attention and respect forms a sense of cohesion and trust in the team. It encourages people to take risks when speaking their minds because they know they will not be judged or punished for a mistake. A relaxed and friendly atmosphere in the team will likely lead the entire group to outstanding results. The task of a good leader is to create a team where no one individual dominates the other. The best ideas are born in the interaction of equal participants, not competing for complementing each other. At the same time, the group's success is inadequate of its components' intelligence level. People with high IQs may be less effective together than people with worse logic and poorer knowledge. The quality of the collective mind depends on the climate within the community. There are 2 powerful rules for an effective team. 1. All participants must have equal time to speak during brainstorming sessions. And 2. Each team member should exhibit empathy and mindfulness to their colleagues' reactions, behaviors, and moods. A good leader cultivates an environment where each participant feels crucial, valued, and heard. The main difficulty is to convince self-centered people to work with others. This practice doesn't mean always agreeing with other people's opinions, but it means criticizing and arguing without devaluing the contribution of colleagues. Each participant's proportional rights and validation allow them to be honest, express themselves freely, and protect, not attack each other. Here are examples of practical methods that a group leader can use to maintain emotional balance in a team. Start speeches by acknowledging that the presentation may contain errors or gaps, and invite the participants to make corrections. By allowing people to correct inaccuracies and fill in missing parts, the leader draws the whole team into the work and gives each value. Identify and gently encourage those team members who remain in the background for a long time, and gently encourage them to join the active game. A nice trick is to address them directly by name, voicing that this person has special competence in the current issue. The leader's main task is to protect each participant's voice, making everyone sound harmonious in the choir without losing individuality. A good team is like an orchestra. Key point 5. Create mental scenarios to control the situation. One of the biggest challenges facing humanity today is absent-mindedness. As technology has become more integrated into daily life, many tasks are automatic and don't require personal involvement. People have placed great trust in computers to handle these tasks. Yet, relying solely on automation can play a cruel trick on people, since any system can fail one day, and mistakes can sometimes be too costly. For example, if the driver trusts the computer to drive the car, they may not realize something is wrong until it's too late. This issue is due to relaxed attention, and this problem is relevant in all spheres of modern life. Be aware of what distracts you the most from what matters, and actively work to reduce these distractions. A sudden emergency can cause a person to panic if they're caught off guard while in a relaxed state. It often means they cannot use their mental capacity to find the best and fastest solution to the problem. Instead, they may act irrationally and unjustifiably due to the element of surprise. Fortunately, everybody can learn to regulate this, remain focused, and respond appropriately, even in chaos. People who handle stress well have a secret. They imagine future scenarios by drawing mental pictures. These people constantly create mental models and ponder their past and possible future experiences. They often daydream, visualize, and retain stories in their minds. They manage to fine-tune their focus so that they are always on the alert in case of emergencies, thanks to the fact that they visualize in detail precisely how the coming day should go. To some extent, such people predict the future and form a mental picture of how things should turn out. When something doesn't match their expectations, they quickly take notice and make necessary adjustments to ensure things align correctly. This habit of imagination helps to prevent mistakes made through inattention. Sometimes it helps to avoid disaster. Thus, the most prepared for the correct response in stressful situations are those people who, more than others, do mental work on an ongoing basis. Regular analysis of past experiences and thinking through future events keeps the mind in good shape and doesn't allow it to dissipate. Did you know? Multitasking is a myth. Our brains can't focus on multiple tasks simultaneously. Instead, they rapidly switch from one task to another, which can reduce efficiency and increase the likelihood of errors. Key point 6. Creativity is not only a gift, but also work. Many of the geniuses we admire are individuals who have learned to transform their experience into creativity. They are intellectual intermediaries and curious observers. These people have grasped many problems and deeply analyzed the industry in which they work. Creators are engaged in the well-established import and export of ideas. Further, it'll become clear what we're talking about. Don't get distracted. You'll love it. Of course, creativity is not a mathematical problem. It needs inspiration, insights, and unexpected coincidences. There is no formula for how to create something new. However, there are conditions where a person is more inclined to come up with fresh, good ideas. These circumstances contribute to the creative search, reflection, and flowering of the creative core in a person. First of all, everybody builds their ideas on their predecessors. Every good novelty comes from mixing existing concepts and bringing them to life in new ways. A wide variety of experiences in a particular area of interest dramatically increases the chances of a creator to succeed. For example, if an artist wants to create a picture, they must have a lot of observation and a significant repertoire of other people's works in their imagination. The artist doesn't steal ideas, but puts their thoughts together like a jigsaw puzzle from sensory and visual experiences in their head. Secondly, All outstanding creators think about their feelings more than others. By reflecting and being sensitive to emotions, reactions, and views, it's possible to create a product that will affect other people's feelings. The authors of the best ideas perceive their whole life as food for creativity. They realize only those images that awaken unusual thoughts and knock them out of the usual rut of sensations. It is what distinguishes actual creation from cliches. Third, even the most successful talents experience the stress and fear that comes with the creative ideation process. They don't give up when the going gets tough. They trust the process and listen to their intuition. Doubt does not divert them from the search path, but leads and directs them straight to the new creation. The best ideas often come from pain, so be brave enough to embrace pain to find creativity. Conclusion. So now that we've looked at some interesting cases, let's review the traits that distinguish successful people from everyone else. The most important thing is their ability to make choices. First, successful people take responsibility for their lives, which gives them a sense of control and stimulates their motivation. Then they choose big goals that reflect their core values and break them into achievable small goals. Hear that? The process has already begun. Successful people also focus on what is important to them rather than being distracted by noise and scenery. To do this, they do mental work and reflect. Moreover, they learn to interact with the team, making their unique contribution to the common good without losing their voice and individuality. They know that in a good group, everyone becomes stronger. In addition, successful people are not afraid to make mistakes and are not ashamed of the failures that happen along the way, because these experiences have shaped them as individuals. They trust their inventive minds and enter into the creative process without fear. All in all, successful people are curious explorers of the world and themselves, ready to take the best from life and share the fruits of their spiritual searches and labor in return. Now you have everything you need to join their ranks. Try this. Get in the habit of imagining your upcoming day in detail every morning. This way, you'll create a mental model of your routine and immediately recognize distractions that knock you out of the plan. When making a decision, imagine several possible consequences. Don't stop at the desired result. Consider everything, and then you will be better prepared for any outcome. Choose a team with less qualified members, but with a better atmosphere and norms of interaction. As long as trust, respect, and support reign in the group, victory is on your side.